charming preserved old town, splendid gardens, Baroque churches, and one of Europe's largest intact medieval fortresses, Salzburg feels made for tourism. It is also a musical mecca. Salzburgers are forever smiling to the tunes of Mozart and the sound of music. This sounds rich in culture and tourism where people come and drop some coins. Hi everyone, we are still in Austria with Dennis' parents. If you missed our episode in Vienna, then please look for a link in the description. In this episode, we're in Salzburg. We take you around this cute little musical town and we go up to the mountain close by. Where to drink, where to eat. The train from Vienna to Salzburg takes about 2.5 hours. It is a quick scenic ride, totally recommended. The first thing we hit in Salzburg is Old Town. Salzburg's Old Town is one of the best preserved city center north of the Alps, famous for its Baroque architecture, alpine settings, and picturesque location. There are many shops and restaurants, and they all have this thing, I don't know what it's called, it's metal work. Even Louis Vuitton has one, look at this. Oh yeah, this is a fancy Austrian town. There's Mozart Museum and there's Mozart Platz with his statue standing tall. Residenzplatz is huge plaza in the middle of the town, surrounded by all this gorgeous building. In the middle, there is a huge fountain. Gorgeous, isn't it? Let's talk about the name Salzburg. The exact translation is Salt Castle. Right, it got a name from the salt mines around the city, also from the many barges that used to carry salt through the region along the river. Yeah, salt made this town very rich. Festung Hohensalzburg is a large medieval fortress which is a must when visiting Salzburg. It sits atop the Festungberg mountain at the altitude of 506 meters. You can walk up, but I think it's better taking this little funicular. It is high above the rooftops of the Baroque historical district, the biggest fully preserved castle in Central Europe. This embalm of Salzburg offers a 360-degree view of the city and its surroundings. The fortress is kind of huge. It takes about, I would say, 2 hours to cover the whole thing. It has many sections, including museums, restaurants and cafes. Oh, I like this section. When you walk by, it makes noises. It looks to me that you can also rent this place out for events. I also like this section where you can become a knight for a second. After we came down from the fortress, we stopped by this cafe and tried the Salzburger Nogel, which is a sweet souffle served as a dessert, a culinary specialty of this town. Yum! For a delicious beer, come to Stern Biergarten, which is in the old town. It is self-service, so you need to get a beer yourself, but I am telling you, for the hot day like this is perfect. This beer garden is actually quite big. Mirabell Palace is a historic building in the city of Salzburg. The palace with its gardens is listed cultural heritage monument and part of historic center of the city of Salzburg UNESCO World Heritage Site. Very important scene in this world-famous movie, if you remember, The Sound of Music was shot in the Mirabell Gardens. The Marble Hall at Mirabell Palace is open to the public. You can just walk up and admire this beauty. Some room though, you can only watch it from the outside because it's closed off for the events. Look at this room. Who wants to get married here? Oh my god, it's fabulous. Not far from Mirabell Palace is this bridge. In my opinion, this is the best location if you want to have the Salzburg background. Another palace you definitely do not want to miss is Hellbrunn Palace. It is a bit outside of the town and we were a bit hesitant if it's worth going, but it totally blew my mind because of the waterworks. Expect to be entertained. There are water automats, grottos, fountains. Prince Archbishop of Salzburg, Marcus Sidicus, had a system built that astonished, entertained, and befuddled his guests. A status symbol and mannerist toy in one. Experience a unique cultural jewel which is to be found nowhere else in this form. The palace has a huge park. You see, water is a big theme here. There's water everywhere. It is open to the public, so you see people coming here to hang out and enjoy a beautiful day like this. All the kids are mesmerized with this big fish in the pond. Oh my god, they're huge, aren't they? More ancient fish in different ponds. They're everywhere here. There is a museum giving the history of the palace. It was built in 1613 and named for the clear spring that supplied it. That's why you see water is a big theme here. Hellbrunn was only meant for use as a day residence in summer, as the Archbishop usually returned to Salzburg in the evening. Therefore, there's no bedroom in Hellbrunn. Oh, no napping time in Hellbrunn. Hop-on, hop-off bus is a good way to explore the town, especially with older people, because it's not that exhausting and you can just stop when you want to or just look at things in the bus. The bus at Salzburg takes a big loop, so we get to go to the mountain nearby. We are gonna go to the top of Untersberg. I love the experience of riding the cable car and enjoying the spectacular views when you go up to the summit. It takes less than 10 minutes to go up. What was that? Mountain goat? It gets a bit chilly up here even in the summer, so get your garment ready. People comes here for many reasons: to enjoy the view like us, to hike around, and to get the freshest air of the Alps. There are wild flowers everywhere. Very pretty. About 15 minutes hike from the train station, you reach the summit of Untersberg. Here you see all kinds of summits around. It is a big day for Dennis because he turned 25. We celebrated his 25th birthday at St. Peter's Stiftskulinarium. This restaurant was mentioned in the Michelin Guide as the oldest restaurant in Europe, believe it or not. Diners are seated in the comfortable, nicely decorated interior of this beautiful historical setting to enjoy great Austrian and Mediterranean food. It has a wide selection of wines and food is divine, perfect for the big day. I hope you enjoyed this episode and have an idea what to do when coming to Salzburg. If you find this video useful, then please give us a thumbs up or consider subscribing to see more of this kind of content. Thank you. Auf Wiedersehen.